Nate, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Nate,
I
there
got
we
you.
go. Are we live right now or just
We are live.
we're live on YouTube?
We are live on YouTube.
All right. Well, let's do this thing. So, is Max in the waiting room?
He was in the waiting room.
Where'd he go? It's typical
I
Max.
You told me not to let
Typical
him
Max
on.
size. Yeah, no. I'm saying don't let him on, but is he there? Like, can you let him on when I tell you to let him on?
It looks like he left the waiting room, so we may want to
He
text.
left.
It looks like it. Yep.
You kicked him out.
I did not kick him out.
Okay. This is our first live show. It's not you've kicked our guest out before we.
I did not. I did not. I did not kick him out.
Okay,
He's he's
but
he's
we
in the ether.
we we agree he's not there.
He is not there. Not as far as I can
He's
see.
not there. Okay, you don't want to take ownership, but he's not there currently. Okay, I'm gonna have to text him. I'm gonna text him. I'm gonna clear these. I don't know. I'm not looking at YouTube right now, but I imagine
He
there's
sent something
thousands of
in the
people.
chat saying that he was extremely disappointed that you did not
Yeah, that's
let him in.
at you. Look, you're the producer. For those, Cody, tell us how many people are watching right now in the chat there. But for those tuning in, bare minimum Nate is the producer. There's Cody hopping in of the show. This is our first weekly live show. We're going to be coming at you weekly on YouTube, 4 p.m. Eastern. We won't be here next week because Fern's in town in Colorado. But coming at you every Wednesday, 4 o'clock Eastern. You're going to get the best hour crew. We're going to be doing some awesome things. We've got a full breakdown of the CrossFit Level 1 manual happening. We've got some great episodes as far as becoming a better box owner, becoming a better coach. And then, of course, we just have some fun, great events planned for you. Mark your calendars. December 14th, we have a fantastic full team episode. And two of the people you're going to be hearing from pretty regularly. And I want to apologize in advance right now. Nate bought the loudest keyboard possible on Amazon, and you're gonna hear some typing quite often. That is the loudest keyboard. Did you when you bought your keyboard? Did you look specifically to get the loudest one, or do
I
you just
didn't
type really hard?
I didn't look like I was like that, but it did say it had mechanical keys, and I'm not sure I knew what that meant. So
Yeah,
I
well,
do know now.
mechanical slash loud. Yeah, mechanical is synonymous with loud. All
Okay,
right,
Max is
Cody hopped
back in the
off.
waiting room.
Max is back in the waiting room. So let's let Max in 1 second before you let him in. Max Isaak, owner of CrossFit Till, owner of multiple affiliates, and I'm excited to talk to him. There he is. That's an old picture of Max. Let's let him in. Let's let Max in. He's waiting. Whoa, he's loud. What's going on? So loud.
Hello.
Are you in an airplane?
What are you talking about? I got my AirPod Pros in. Like I'm nowhere. Look at this picture.
Is he loud, Nate? Is he loud? Was that him?
There's a little background noise.
There's
The
something happening. Where are you?
cancellation
Are
on
you
the.
standing in front of a big ass fan? Do you have a big ass fan blowing on you right now, Max?
I always have a big ass fan blowing on me. No, I'm at my house. This is like the most chill area. I don't know what to do to optimize this experience anymore. I do like this picture that you dug up of me that has a beard. So
How
that's
old is
it.
that picture?
I think I was 13 or 14 in that picture.
Yeah, I mean that's around bar mitzvah time. Is that your bar mitzvah picture?
That's how I knew I was a man. I grew a beard like that in a day, and then I read from the Torah, and we were good.
Your Haf Torah. When was your bar mitzvah?
I'm 36. I don't know. So what? 23 years ago?
No, I mean like what date? Because I remember
Oh,
mine. It was May 18th.
of
You
course
don't
you
remember your
remember.
date?
No, I don't remember. I actually just got off the phone with my mom because you had told me that you sent her an invite. And last week she told me she met a nice young Jewish man, and I said, you know what? It may have been Jason. It wasn't you. It was another person
No.
that looked like they were 13 or 14 years old.
So your
So
mom's not gonna be joining us. Is what you're saying?
no, she's not going to join us.
That's too
But
bad. That's too
she
bad.
she did take my 9 o'clock class today though.
Oh, she comes to the box?
Oh yeah, 3 to 4 times a week.
Was she doing CrossFit before you were, or did you convince her to do it?
I brought her into it. Yeah.
So you and your new wife, you live in the basement with your mom? Is that where you're at?
I wish. No, we have to stay in the garage. We haven't moved to the basement yet, so hopefully we'll get there soon.
Oh, there he is. Look how great this guy is. Look at this, pulling up the picture.
That's a nice picture.
Yeah, Max was texting me earlier. He's like, "Who's gonna be there?" I'm like, "Dude, you have no idea. We got a full production thing. Like this is legit, right? This isn't the intro. Let's just say that this isn't the intro.
I can't speak to the intro. I'm not allowed to do that. I'm under, I've got some contracts.
MTV made you sign an NDA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys probably just hop on Zoom all willy-nilly, record. This isn't live on YouTube. You're not a producer, bare minimum Nate.
Do you know what? We actually use a tin can and some strings. So
I think that would make for a better product.
That's what we use, and we go from treehouse to treehouse. So.
Well, wait. Before we get into the show, Nate, can you pull that picture back up again? The one with that beautiful woman there. What's your wife's name?
Brittany.
Brittany. Well, congrats on the wedding.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
It's like 2 weeks ago, no?
Yeah, we were married at Town Hall about 7 months ago, and then decided that we wanted to throw a party for our friends. So one of our members owns a small ski mountain in Maine and allowed us to host a party there.
You got some that was a really soft, big new, one of our members owns
now I can't hear anything that you're saying. It might be your headphones.
It is not me. Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Yeah. One of your owns a mountain. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, a small ski mountain.
Yeah, well, CrossFit Tilt brings in, the big bucks. Hey, Nate, can you pull up the picture that I'm in at the wedding? Which one? We pulled one of the ones where I'm in.
You know what? We invited friends only, so.
All right. Well, Max, I'm excited. We got to see each other. We didn't meet, but I got to see you at the games briefly.
Yep.
I saw you walking by quite a few times. What was your role at the games this year? I believe you were coaching somebody.
Yeah, I was coaching an adaptive athlete at the games. I had a great time at the games. We did actually sit down and hang out. We shot a little video segment that never saw the light of day.
Let me for the people watching. You guys know me. I will do anything, say anything. This was too far.
It was
so far.
It was.
Even I was like, Nate, I don't know. Cody, did I tell you not to post that? Actually, Cody's on there somewhere. I think I actually said, please don't share that. And it was just, I think we would have offended people. Yeah,
no, but it was really nice to see you, and nice to see Fern, and just see everything that was going on at the affiliate at the games. Look at that water bottle. What is that? That's aggressive. I'm just gonna go ahead and crack open my seltzer water.
Well, mine is filled with Manischewitz. Saw Manischewitz today. How'd your adaptive athlete do?
She did really well. She had a great time. This is her second year making the games, and this is an athlete that I coached 10 years ago at CrossFit New England, and now she's qualifying for the games.
That's awesome. I don't know how do you say, what's her need for what do you say? What do I say here?
Upper body extremity.
So we're on the same page. Well, what do you say? Because this is becoming more.
Hold on one second.
You are on a podcast. Oh, now we got an echo.
Give me a second.
Like I said, we're live. This isn't. People are watching, waiting for me to say great things with you.
Getting really weird feedback.
Nate. You're gonna take those out again. Oh, that's better. There we go. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Here's an echo, right, Nate?
There's not.
Yeah. Because I was getting weird feedback. Are we live right now?
No. You gotta put those back in. This is worse.
Getting some weird feedback. So.
Okay, I hear you. I get it. You got feedback. Is
that
better?
I hear nothing. Hold on a second.
Oh, brother. This first live episode is really going well. I gotta. Nate, can you put a reminder in Slack for me to get better guests in the future? Oh, you heard that on it? Was it on a delay? Are you good? Can you hear me, Max? Okay, well, this is a you problem. Because Nate and Cody can hear me.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. The listeners. What do you call YouTube people, Nate? Listeners or
I don't
watchers?
know what's going on. Maybe it's your connection, Jason, because I'm at home.
Do you see how he's trying to blame me, Nate, on this connection? Nate, can you come on for a second? He's trying to blame me. Trying to blame me for the connection. Meanwhile, we've done this, tested everything. I can hear you. You can hear me.
I got nothing.
Nate, you can hear me, right?
Hold on
I
a
can't.
second.
Hey Max, did you when you came on
odd.
Riverside, did you see an echo cancellation button?
He can't hear you. He can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
No, he's a mess. This is great radio.
This is?
Is it working, Max? Yeah, you heard that.
No, it's not.
Okay.
To hear you.
Now you can hear me?
No.
You got nothing.
Now I can. And now
yeah,
my
but when
headphones
you
are
do that, there's a terrible echo.
Max, are you on your phone?
I am.
When you came on board, was there a button you could click for echo cancellation?
I don't believe.
How about now? Can you hear me, Max? Okay. Max is officially ruining the show. Max is officially Cody, will you come on at this point? Cody, will you come on?
Hold on. I'm gonna get another pair of headphones.
Okay, go. But mute yourself while you do that.
This is a true behind the scenes moment.
Hey Nate, can you drop his volume down? Cody, show yourself. There he is. No, Nate, you haven't dropped. This is horrible. Sorry, listeners. You hear that echo?
Yeah, we got the echo.
Oh, I hear you when you say it. Nate, can you shut Max off?
I'm back.
How about now, Max?
I haven't turned down all the way.
Max, can you hear me?
I'm back.
Okay, now turn it back up. Let's see if this works. Did you get your second set of earbuds? Is that what just happened?
We got like 7 pairs for wedding gifts, so I just keep trying them. And
I saw you had the pros. How do you like those?
well, I don't like them now because they're not embarrassing, but we're here.
You know what? Yeah, I saw James Hobart last week, and he had those. I was like, I gotta get those. Okay, let's dive into it because I don't know, Cody. Are people still watching? Did everybody leave?
No, we're good. We still we have 9 viewers right now. A few people in the chat.
Well, that's
typically we have thousands, but
better than 6, better than 3, better than 9.
That is true. Is that the typical intro following? Like 6, you get about 6 views.
It's about all the members that I have at all my gyms combined, so I'm pretty happy.
Let's talk about it. One of the reasons we wanted to chat with you, Max, is not many people in the CrossFit world have done what you're doing well, and that is own multiple affiliates. So, backstory, New England.
Yeah.
You then were like, hey, this dude Ben doesn't really know what he's talking about, so I'm going to branch out. Is that what happened?
No.
Is that true?
No. Much like people that had come before me at CF&E, Ben paved the way to start their own affiliate. I was approached by a number of different members to start a gym, and my now best friend and business partner approached me and offered to bankroll me on our first affiliate. So he
Who's
allowed
his
me
best
to.
friend?
Who's my best friend? LJ DiCarlo. He's not.
LJ. That's the person.
That's my best friend, my mentor, my business mentor, best friend, workout partner.
I feel like you're too old to say best friend. I feel like you stopped saying best friend in like 8th.
Oh man, I feel
Is
so
that
sorry
true?
for you, Jason. Wow. I mean, this is obviously why you weren't at my wedding, but no, I say best friend all the time. I have like 32 best friends. Come on, man.
No, well
All
that's
we
you. No, you have 32
Okay.
friends. They can't all.
Why not? I can do whatever I want. So my best friend LJ and I started our first gym, and we're coming up on our 7-year anniversary.
I remember when Tilt first opened because I remember Ben has like renderings out, and I was like, that place looks sick.
It is sick.
Who did LJ friend? Like you must have had a previous best friend.
No, I actually don't have that. Like, on calling plans where you're only allowed to have like 5 or 6 close contacts, I'm allowed to have as many as I want. So he didn't replace anybody.
Like if you're talking MySpace, he would have been top 4.
Wow, MySpace. I never had a MySpace. I think I was definitely big into AIM. That's what I really enjoyed.
What was your
Instant Messenger.
AIM name? Was it
FN
Sexy Boy Max?
Yeah, no, it was FNDS 123, Fundamentals 123. That was my AIM.
That's the most name I've ever heard.
Yeah, I mean, I would think somebody like yourself, a level 4 coach, you'd be obsessed with the fundamentals, but I guess not.
By J. By J was my AIM.
Was it really? That's
yeah.
hot.
Dude, that was how we communicated in college. That's how I broke up with the AIM.
And then you put some angsty away message on it, like you had to put some song lyric underneath, and then you put like a number of initials to like all your friends that they're checking in with. Yeah. So I don't know how we got there.
Cody's like, what her AIM?
Cody, how old are you?
I'm 32.
Oh, dude, come on. He had AIM. Of course he did.
I had MSN Messenger.
Oh, right. That's for like the poor people. You had the poor person.
Body by J, where fitness meets fun.
That wasn't me. That's not.
No, it's you.
You started CrossFit Tilt, and so this was just 7 years ago.
Yeah.
What was the, CrossFit? What was the reason you said, "Hey, we need a second one"?
We never planned to open a second affiliate. So
well, that's what
right.
Point was it like in your even peripheral where like maybe we do another one of these things.
We had an opportunity to buy out an affiliate about 20 minutes down the road from us in another town that we thought was a great location, but the building needed like a complete full gut, and this is something that confident doing. So we bought out that affiliate, and then we completely renovated the building, and that was our second
was that
location.
The Waltham?
No, Waltham's our flat. It's Waltham. It's okay. Waltham, and then our second location is in Sudbury. That's our second location.
What affiliate did you take?
It was CrossFit Union, and then rebranded to.
Remember that, man?
Yeah, and they were around. Sorry, go ahead.
All 3 are referred to as CrossFit Tilt, just with their location. Yeah.
Yeah, or sorry, it's like CrossFit Tilt 1, CrossFit Tilt 2, So that was our second location in Sudbury, and that space is probably 2.5 times the size of our Waltham location.
Bigger.
It's
How are
it's
you
huge.
affiliated through HQ? What are the 3 names?
There's CrossFit Tilt 1, 2, 3, and then we
They
have
let you
2
do
other.
that?
Yeah, and then there are 2 other corporate gyms that are not currently affiliated because they're not CrossFit gyms.
Right, but CrossFit, I thought back in the day they didn't allow you to do that, to actually keep the same name and just put a number there. So that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it could be under location Waltham, Sudbury, Southborough. I'd have to ask my general manager.
And you have different LORs for each of those?
LORs.
Oh, sorry,
yes,
speaking
yeah,
speaking over
yeah,
your head, I'm sorry. You have different
yeah.
people
Seriously,
associated with those?
yes, yep, yeah. We have each of our head coaches.
So that's interesting because I think that's a lot of people when they consider doing a second location, one of their first obstacles. Okay, I'm linked to LOR licensee on record with CrossFit. Like who? One person to have one affiliate. So
Not anymore.
did they change that? Is that new?
Yes. So you can, yes, you can now put essentially all of your affiliates under your name, and then you list like essentially that same person under your name.
Oh, interesting. Because I know for their wife or their, like you said, your head coach, but that does bring some potential problems up if there's a split. And if it ends poorly and your head coach has the name, you have to then fight to get back.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be Pistols at Dawn. I'm not sure exactly what they normally do. It could be jousting. I'd have to go back and check. You should know, right? Is that what it is?
It's a straight up mud wrestling.
Oh,
Straight to
okay.
the mud
Okay,
pit.
mud
Straight
wrestling.
to the mud
Okay,
pit.
cool.
Straight,
Yeah,
so
that's even more fun.
You've got Tilt 2. How long between opening now 2 and 3?
Before our third was our first corporate location, so it had to be like a year after that. And
But
that's
your third affiliate, not the corporate location.
Oh, that was right before COVID, so 3.5 years ago. That gym is in Southborough. So we took over CrossFit Pennant, which is, and before that it was CrossFit Southborough, and we took that over right before the pandemic. Full gut renovation, put in new locker rooms, bathroom, lounge area, all of that, and then the pandemic hit.
We could talk about that, but when you're talking full renovations, how much money are you talking for something like that?
It's kind of tacky to talk about numbers, Jason. I'm just kidding. Yeah, probably about $100,000.
That's why LJ is your best friend.
No.
So you'd be best friends with LJ even if he wasn't writing you 6-figure checks.
He's not writing me any checks. This is actually all paid for through our gyms because we run successful affiliates. So we're not taking out any big loans or taking out any notes. And we still do this with giving away free weeks. Crazy.
That is crazy. We'll talk about that. I think that's a big mistake. But so your Tilt 1 kind of open 2, and then 2 kind of supported it open 3. Do you loan that money from one to the next and then ultimately pay it back, or is it all under one umbrella? So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
All under one umbrella, doesn't matter.
What do you consider though when doing that? Like you take over the third, it's already established, right? It's up and running. So obviously it's not doing well if you're taking over. Well, maybe I'm speaking too soon, but maybe potentially it's not doing well. What makes you decide, hey, let's gut this thing versus like, hey, it's already here. We can save ourselves $100,000 and just run this.
The standard that we want to uphold at our affiliates. we believe that customer experience is like one of our top things, and part of that is facilities. So we really want to make gyms look and feel the same. It has consistent branding throughout our gyms, and we really care about space, locker rooms, restrooms, and like I said, everything being up to a certain level. That's one of our 4 pillars for our gyms.
What are your 4 pillars?
Yeah.
What are they? What are your 4 pillars? Here we go again. I'm about to ask him a tough question. Oh no!
What was the tough
question? No, we can't do this. There's a terrible echo.
Got.
What are the 4 pillars?
4 pillars are CrossFit, coaching, customer experience, community.
Awesome. That's good. Do you make that clear to your members? Okay. Cody, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Oh, there we go. The Apple. There's the real deal headphones. Now, why weren't you wearing those from the beginning?
They weren't charged.
Oh my god.
All right. So 4 pillars.
Now, wait. Before we go any further, let's tell the audience. You have a podcast. You're on the intro, or is it MDV's podcast?
Oh, it's MDV's podcast. I could be cut at any time.
But you're
Keeps
on
me
it
hungry.
every week. You're on it every week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't like the first time you've had to use headphones and Zoom and all that kind of stuff?
It's like every day I forget, and so I have to relearn the whole process every day. It's really difficult to be me.
50 first dates. That's 50 first dates.
Thank you.
Right?
There you go. Adam Sandler. Famous
I love
Jew.
that movie.
So no, to be honest with you, I recorded a podcast today. So if anything, I just lost a little juice because I was going so hard on our other podcast.
you ran with this. Is like workout number 2. You can only go hard once a day. So a lot of affiliates they experience a little bit of success. Like, this box is going well, let's do a second. And it's not always that black and white. There's so many things to consider. Now, you were in a unique situation where you actually took over other affiliates, where most typically want to just start their own.
Yep.
Let's hear from you. Like I said earlier, we're joking around a lot, but all credit to Max. Like, you're running 3 great affiliates, simultaneously. But when you first opened your second affiliate, and then of course your third, what were some of the pitfalls you were not expecting that you were like, oh, this came at me and I'm blindsided by it, or I didn't realize this would be an issue?
One of the best parts about taking over an affiliate is that you have previous members from that affiliate that are sticking with the gym, and they are going to contribute to your community, but they're not your homegrown community. And so essentially you're having to prove yourself to a number of members who have had at first a wonderful experience at their affiliate, but then obviously if an affiliate is selling, there is a reason why they're selling the affiliate. And so when that happens, you have to like prove yourself again. And so if it's like explaining your programming, if it's explaining the way that you run the gym, the way that you run the community, that was something that I wasn't expecting to be as difficult as it was.
That makes sense. When you took over, I would assume some of the members were like, "Thank you, Max. You're like our savior." And I don't say that like jokingly, knowing we joke about religion, but I mean, like, the gym may have closed if you didn't come in there and take over. But were some appreciative of you and then some a little more skeptical?
I wouldn't call it skeptical at all. I think it's just, rightfully so, we all get into routines, right? And so you have this routine of what you're used to doing. And then even if we're coming in and making improvements to the space, there can be a disruption in the flow of class, stuff like that. So again, I don't think it's being skeptical. I think it's just we all get into a routine, and any time that a routine is disrupted, it can be difficult. And really, what it means is just you need to have very strong coaches and leadership in place. And we've been very fortunate to have that along the way. We have wonderful coaches and a truly spectacular general manager.
Did you change the programming when you took over these places?
Yes.
That's probably like the biggest thing. That's like people are like married to their programming, and then you come in and you're like, we're changing it. Do you do your own programming, or I assume you follow CompTrain?
No, it's interesting. We had this discussion before, but I can totally understand you just kind of forgetting what we talk about.
I mean, I don't pay attention. If I'm being honest, Cody knows this. In one ear, out the other.
I'm the same way. No, so we don't follow CompTrain. We follow a month
and that's
behind.
Because you don't like. That's because you don't like Ben Bergeron. You were saying.
No, I love Ben Bergeron.
Okay.
we follow a month behind the main site, and then I tweak it, and then I tweak it a little bit for my gyms.
What does that look like? Just like, hey, they have a bike, and we have certain like just the basic type of stuff. Or are you tweaking it big time because you know your members so well?
Both. I know my members really well, and sometimes I want to make small changes, and sometimes I want to make big changes. For instance, the members really like a longer Saturday workout, and so I like to program a longer Saturday workout. If it doesn't align with the main site, then I make the changes.
Cool, yeah. And I think something that Fern and I talk about all the time, like, programming is 80% done, whether you're following .com like Max, CompTrain, or anything else. You need to know your members well enough and also know your location well enough. Sometimes, I'm guessing, but I assume there's no pools at any of the tilts.
No, you know what? That's the next thing that we're going to install is a pool. We just can't seem to find the right space for it. No, there's no pool. No pool.
Right. So, .com may throw up like 50-meter swimming repeats, and we're changing it. When you took over the other spots, what percentage, or if you have specific numbers, of the coaches that were there stayed? And not either by their choice or your choice.
Zero. Yeah,
Wow, you completely reshuffled. You got rid of, or they decided to leave 100% of the coaches.
Well, most of these gyms were being like kind of owner operated, right? So they maybe had a couple part-time coaches, and so I think like a couple of part-time coaches may have stayed on. I know we have a couple people from some of the affiliates, but as far as our full-time coaches go and our head coaches go, we completely brought them in.
What's a head time coach?
Sorry, head coach.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a tilt. I thought it was tilt vernacular. Like we have head time coaches and we have.
Yeah, no, you know what it was? It's my one mess up, so that's it. Now, no more, all right? I need to be on point for the rest of the time. Honestly, Jason, this is what happens.
Why start now, Max?
This is what happens when you wake up early and actually coach at an affiliate. By this time right now, I've been up for 12 hours, have coached a handful of classes. I actually coached 3 in a row, which you said isn't possible to do well, and here I am.
Well, wait. We don't know that you did it well.
No, you're right. I did it spectacular. We had great classes.
Let's talk about that for a sec. Were you really up at 4:30 this morning because it's 4:30 Eastern?
I was up at 4:15 this morning, and I coached the 5:15, 6:15, 7:15, and 9 at my Waltham affiliate today.
Wow. So, there's 3 locations plus.
Wow, speechless. We got him speechless. That's amazing.
It's not necessarily for good, Nate. You're top of the emojis. I want to talk about that because there's probably 6 classes a week across the 3 plus corporate classes?
Yeah, so we have 3 community gyms, 2 corporate gyms, and a spin studio.
And so you probably don't know, but how many classes Monday through Sunday across the 6 different things? And I assume you don't teach any spin.
No, they don't allow me to spin on a bike. It's like a gorilla on a bicycle. I don't look good at all, but I enjoy it.
I think you could pull it off.
I have some really good spandex. So just for instance, today in Waltham, 5:15, 6:15, 7:15, 9, noon, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 8 classes in Waltham today.
Okay, so let's assume there's like 32 times 3, call it 100, just to be, how many a week are you coaching?
Anywhere between like 7 to 10.
Okay, so this just happened to be like your morning to be at one of the affiliates and coach.
Yeah, I coach a handful of evening and then a handful of morning classes. So
no, when I was speechless a few minutes ago, I know the challenges. I have to run these 3 locations, and you are a great coach. You've been around for quite some time, and I have no doubt you provide a great experience, but you have to balance working in the business versus working on when you have 6 different places to run. So I was surprised to hear you coach that much, but hearing it like that just happened to be, on Wednesday, October 19th, a busy day of coaching for you.
Well, yeah, Wednesdays I always coach 4, Tuesdays I coach 3, and then I'll coach some weekend classes here and there. I don't think that I would want to be an affiliate owner if I wasn't coaching classes regularly.
And it's by choice. You could put somebody in probably all of those classes, but you love coaching.
Yeah, that's why I started this business in the first place, is because I think I'm a born teacher. This is what I'm supposed to do. I was teaching before I started doing CrossFit, and so it's something that I feel innately inside me. I love to do it. Like I said, I don't think I would want to be an affiliate owner if I wasn't coaching, and I've done that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for me.
I agree. I mean, I think you could be an affiliate owner, not coach, and still be present.
Yep.
But for a lot of people, it's like, okay, I'm not on the schedule anymore. I'm not here anymore. And it's like, well, why'd you open it? This isn't like a Dunkin' Donuts where you opened it just to have people run it. This is a CrossFit affiliate where you got involved because you love helping people. And all of a sudden, you're no longer doing that thing you set out to do. Let's talk about it. Impressive that 4:15. That's ridiculous. I just had a call with one of our clients, Jeremiah from Dark 30 in California. They have a 4 a.m. class.
That's amazing.
That's insane.
But you know what? It's probably because the membership requires it. Like
That's what he said. Yeah.
Right. We moved from 5:30 to 5:15. I forget how long ago in Waltham, and I forget why we did it, but they love it. They love the 5:15. They wanted it. And, our 5:15, 6:15, 7:15 probably averages, 18 to 22. The 5:15, 6:15 is anywhere between 20 to 25. And probably, 7:15 is right along that 18.
Okay. Where'd you go? There he is.
Right here, baby.
Was somebody calling you? Was mom giving you a buzz?
Yeah, it was my mom asking me about you, but I told her that you're taken, so.
Hey, okay. That's fine. We'll talk offline.
Okay,
we'll talk
cool.
offline, for your mom, point is, maybe Roz gives me a hall pass is what I'm saying.
Oh gosh. That's not where this podcast is going, all right?
That's what we'll talk offline. So let's go back to where you talked about coaching 3 in a row, because I think there's often a misinterpretation of what I'm saying. I want you to be completely honest. I want you to really think back to this morning, 12 hours ago. Are you telling me the experience of that 5:15, 6:15, and 7:15 was equal across the board? There was no diminishing. You didn't get a little bit tired. You weren't a little more snappy with Sally in the 7:15 than the 5:15 people?
No, in fact, I'm more dialed in for the 7:15. I feel like by the time...
so there was a difference.
Oh, yeah. You coach better when you've coached multiple classes. As you go through the flow of class, it's like you're layering new things on. Like when I write my lesson plan, it's like I've got my macro, I've got my micro stuff. Then I go ahead, that 5:15. First off,
each crew is different, right? Everybody that you coach is going to be completely different. The vibe for the 515 different, the 615 different than the 715 allows you to bring in different coaching points. And so by the time I'm coaching 715, and to be honest with you, my 9 o'clock today was awesome. The energy was crazy. That's the class my mom takes. By the time I coached that, I was like, okay, these are like, it was a freaking awesome workout too. It was 5x5 front squat, and then cash out was, super simple 500-meter row for time.
You said a lot of great things, Max. So let me pull it all together for the listener. We got some slow listeners, is what I'm trying to say. So let me take a step back and say this. And I do see there's a question for you from Nick. But one thing I heard was you wrote up a lesson plan, which is impressive. You've been doing this thing for a long time. It would be very easy to rest on your laurels and not feel like you need to. So kudos to you for doing that. However, let me bring up a point, and I'll let you retort. 515, 715, 8. I'm sorry, 5, 6. Call it 5, 6, 7. Then your 9 was your best. My contention, your 9 was your best because you had that break in there.
No, not even close. I could coach. First off, what do you think teachers do? Like, what do you think a teacher does all day? I was a kindergarten teacher before I taught CrossFit. I'm with my students 8 hours during the day. You're telling me that 3 or 4 hours is a lot? It's not. It's not when you actually love what you're doing and you're pouring your heart and soul into your job. Like, maybe it's different for some people, but I'm a decade into this and I've never been more passionate about what it is that I do, and never felt like I'm more on top of my game than I am now, which will continue to increase as I learn more, as I watch more people move, as I coach more coaches. I feel like I'm only getting better with age. It's kind of like you, Jason. You're a fine wine.
I'm more like a moldy cheese, but I appreciate the sentiment there. No, and I would let me be clear about this. Some people maybe can handle it. Maybe you're one of those few. But oftentimes when I'm talking about 3 in a row, those coaches aren't doing a good job on class number 1, let alone class number 2 and 3. 10 years of experience, you have a lesson plan. The same people that are telling me they coach 3 classes effectively, and that's a big difference there. Kindergarten teachers, are we truly saying for all 8 hours of that day they're effective? Obviously figuring out what is effective, because you're right, teachers are the unsung heroes of this world, or at least in this country. They deserve to be, compensated more. That something I've always said is I believe the children are our future. Teach them well, and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside, right? So, I'm a big fan. My mom's been teaching for 50 years. But I would say there's probably some kindergarten teachers that around 11 a.m. they're like, get me the fuck out of this place.
I can't speak to that. I can only speak to my own experience.
But the point being, I'm not saying it's impossible to coach 3 hours in a row. In fact, like you kind of alluded to, it's a privilege, and it shouldn't be hard, because you should love this thing so much, like Max Isaak, that 10 years in, you're as passionate as he was about that. But my point being, many coaches aren't effective in class 1. They're certainly not effective in class 2, let alone 3.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I want to hear what you have to say.
No, I can see what you're saying, but that to me is not a volume issue. That's not an issue of hours. It's, hey, if you have a brand new coach, maybe it's not appropriate for them to coach 3 in a row, right? Like you said, like maybe the big focus is let's coach one really awesome class, right? I mean, then continue to add more as somebody gets better, right? I think that's also why you have a plan for coaches, and when they step in, they're not coaching 3-4 classes, they're coaching one really awesome class.
Well, and something else to consider, Max, is you're coaching, like you said earlier, 7-10 classes max. Some of these coaches are coaching 3-5 hours a day, 5 days a week. So there's some sort of balance there too. And in how many you're coaching over the course of the week. Are
Yep,
you typing? Are you texting someone right now? Is that what's happening?
No, I'm taking notes so I can make sure that I have
That's the
everything that
best
you
thing.
said.
That is the
Right.
best thing you've said, yeah. But would you agree, like, how many classes you're coaching a week? I appreciate that, Nate.
Jason, 100%. But I'll also tell you that I've been in the trenches and coached every class at my affiliate. I've done that. Is that sustainable? Certainly not. Is it necessary when you're starting an affiliate? For me, it was.
And I think for a lot of people it is. And I want to go back to something else you said that I really liked was 5x5 front squat, and then I thought you were going to say, and then we did X, and you had a cash out, 500-meter row, 2 minutes, right? Probably not even for most people, and I think that's important, right? Max, you had 18 to 22 people, like you said, in the 515. You probably had similar numbers in every class, and a lot of people hear that and like, well, what was the workout? It's like that 5x5 was the workout, and then give people a little want. They want to leave out of breath. They want to, leave with their heart rate elevated, right? So you gave them a little bit of a cash meter row, but it wasn't a metcon after the strength portion.
Jason, I got that from you. So the last time, I can't believe I'm saying this.
Nate, where's that level 4 right now?
So
there it is.
the last time,
Nate,
the last time,
breaking news, Nate, breaking news.
The last time that we spoke, you talked to me about one of your favorite workouts.
That's how professional we are here, Max. That's how professional we are. There you go.
Wow,
all right, Dave, we get it. We get it. You forgot to use sound effects. Now don't use them all at once.
That's the Friends laugh track there, and real ones know Seinfeld is way better than Friends.
Oh, wait. Before you're about to say what I told you, Seinfeld or The Office?
Seinfeld.
Really? Because I've changed my attitude.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, you're probably just getting soft with age, but you need to remember that Seinfeld is the OG, and there would be no Office without Seinfeld. Understand that. Larry David paved the way for everybody. Stop.
Look, I don't disagree with you, and we got to support our Jew friends, Larry David. But I can watch The Office on repeat. Like, at this point, I can only Seinfeld. I'll watch it, but it's not like The Office where I'm like, I could just watch this forever.
Right, but times have changed. The Office is way more relevant. Anyway, I don't want to go here because we could just have a whole discussion about this. The thing that I got from you is the last time that we spoke, you said one of your favorite workouts is teams of 2, 2K row, switch every 250. You said I love
that. It really resonated with you.
Steel trap. All I remember are workouts. So, and you said, hey, I really love this workout. It's a great cash out. I programmed it. People loved it. And the thing that I picked up from you is most days I would have a strength day 5x5 and I would kind of leave it at that. And I love what you said, which is you got to give the people what they want, right? Which is why I only coach in short shorts and a tank top. And so I loved it. And you know what? Everybody today had such a blast. 5x5 front squat is a phenomenal workout and 500-meter row is great. I like 500-meter row as opposed to like Fran. Like people get the right effect from a 500-meter row that they might not get from Fran, like it for newer athletes. So, but again, like I could talk about that for a while too.
No, that's just a skill thing, right? Like you can only, if you're newer to CrossFit, you can only move your thruster so fast. You might not be able to go unbroken on the 21:59 pull-ups, but everybody can rip on that rower as hard as they can for 2 minutes. Let's get to one of the. Do you mind if we get to one of the questions from the?
I'd love to.
All right, so we got a question from Nick. The big thing that he wants to know is at what point should someone consider opening a second location? Is there a specific profit margin or membership base that should be achieved before looking into that? He's looking into into a second location for his current affiliate.
I am sure there are specific metrics, and I wouldn't go down that rabbit hole. What I would go down is, am I successfully running this first affiliate in a way that I feel like I can take my time and effort away from this first affiliate and pour it into a second location. And all cards on the table here, the back end of the business is run by LJ. He is our CFO. But I truly believe the time in the effort piece, of course, the financial piece makes sense, but if you can't put your time and effort into a new affiliate, I don't know how it will be successful.
CFO, BFF.
CFO, BFF, soulmate, whatever you want to call it.
And I happen to agree with you very much on that, Max, right? Like, you could have a super profitable business, but if you're coaching every class, well, don't open a second affiliate. You can't pull yourself away. You know, like Max said, he's got call it six gyms that you're running, right? Two are corporate, one's a spin studio, but you're only coaching 7 to 10 of 100 classes a week. And if you're having to do everything inside the business, it's not a smart play.
No, what you really need is a Brian Sieber, who's my general manager, who is
for all of the locations.
He is an absolute rock star. He was our first employee, came on as an intern for us, working the front desk, and is spectacular at what he does. He's a great coach, but he is so dialed in and so organized. I am not a truly type A person, except when it comes to organization of my gym. Like
as far
that,
as like, you mean like where the kettlebells go, where the dumbbells go, that type of organization?
Nobody has OCD like me, except for every other affiliate owner out there.
Yeah.
Which props to everybody here for resetting your gym 19 times during the day and your members breaking it down every single day. If you just have the wherewithal to come back every single day and put those kettlebells back in the right position and reposition the boxes, you got it going on.
So you mentioned Brian. With having multiple spaces, you got you and LJ, I would imagine, are kind of like at the top, the tip of the spear, if you will. And then directly under you guys is Brian. What are some positions like that the average affiliate owner doesn't consider with one place, but if you're thinking I need to go to a second or third location, you better include this position?
Our gyms are truly run like that. Owner, general manager, head coach, full-time coach, part-time coach. That's all that exists at our gym.
So Brian's overseeing all 6 locations, or at least the 3 affiliates?
Yep.
And then every one of those locations also has a head coach under him?
Yes.
And then how many classes is that head coach typically responsible for?
18 to 20.
So that's like their main role, coaching the bulk of the classes every week.
The difference between a head coach and a full-time coach is not in amount of classes. It's outside responsibilities outside of class. So responsibilities outside of class. And
then what's the role of the head time coach?
The head time coach is a made-up position, but it sounds cool.
So
I like that. I like that you're trying to shake me. But
I can't shake you.
Unflappable. Yeah.
You are a rock. You are a rock. All right.
On the side of being a badass motherfucker.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's how we do it here. That's how we do it. That's Mark England from Enlifted. What are some of the mistakes you made and how you remedied them? Is that from you directly, Cody, or is that from the town?
No, that's from me directly.
All right, Cody's got a hard hitter. What are some of the mistakes you made and how you remedied them?
The same mistakes that all owner-operators do, trying to do everything all at once, trying to take on every single role and not asking for help when you need it. I think I maybe told this story last time, but you don't remember it, Jason.
I was going to say, go for it.
When we first started the gym, we were like 3 or 4 months in, and the gym was like slammed, just buzzing. And LJ came in. I was like, dude, like the gym's like, it's killing it. Like the classes are full. He pulled me aside. He's like, hey, you haven't signed anybody up for a membership. So essentially what you've done is you filled the gym and everybody loves it here and nobody's paying. So you need help. Like what you're the best at right now, is coaching. And I need you to be the best at coaching, and I need you to be the best at building the community. And I'm going to have Brian help run the back end and sign people up for memberships. And Brian did that, and now we have members, and now they're paying. So in the beginning, trying to do everything and recognizing that you can't. So that was one of the biggest pitfalls.
Yeah, I think that's an issue a lot of affiliate owners run into. And even if they recognize, hey, I can't do everything, the struggle then becomes, well, how do I get somebody who can, and how do I train them? Right? It's like, I don't want to give anything up. This is my baby, but you're not going to grow if you're unwilling to give things up.
You probably just sign up for something like best hour of their day. I don't know.
I mean, if they want to be world class, not every affiliate wants to be world class, but if they want to be world class, they reach out to me. They reach out to Cody, Nate, Katie, Fern, Marcus, and they become world class. I know you got to get moving. You got
No. I got more time. We're not even trying to be world class. We're trying to kind of be like universal, and then we're also trying to make a splash in the metaverse. It's interesting that you only focus on world. We're going a little bit bigger than that. It's okay, Jason.
We are going into the metaverse.
Okay.
We are going to be the first CrossFit affiliate in the metaverse. Do you think there one day will be a CrossFit affiliate in the metaverse?
No, please. I was kidding. I could go down a whole rabbit hole on this and the way that I feel about it, but one thing that I've learned is that when you're talking about affiliates or when you're in your affiliate, you keep everything just easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. We don't talk politics, we don't talk religion, we don't talk metaverse. Instead, what we talk about are things like the new show The Watcher and how it presents itself as a good show on Netflix, but it's the worst. And how House of Dragons is only cool because there are dragons. These are the type of things that you want to chop it up with at your affiliate. Don't you ever talk about anything else unless, of course, your affiliate is, affiliated with some political side or a religion. Other than that, keep it moving.
Ooh, let's clip that, Cody. That was good. I think you're absolutely right. Although I believe you offended both Cody and Nate with your House of Dragons talk, because I know they're big fans. I've never watched House of Dragons.
Terrible show. Terrible show.
These
You
guys,
can't even. You don't even know what year it is. The show is crap and playing off of an amazing show, which is fine. Just recognize it for what it is.
No, I don't watch any of it, but I love it because I've posted that numerous times. Like, stop talking politics, and people give me backlash on that. I'm like, oh, well, like, we need to speak up, this and that. I'm like, when you decided to be an affiliate or be an entrepreneur, be a business owner, this will come off wrong. You gave up your rights to talk about that publicly. I'm not saying don't have an opinion on it. I'm not saying don't go support who you want to be mayor or governor or president of this country, but understand, just like Michael Jordan said when he was asked to endorse a Democratic candidate in Chicago, he's like, hey, the other party buys my shoes too. And
right.
You're going to wind up offending people. Yeah.
So, Jason, what you said is 100% true. You didn't give up your opinion, but understand that people are not coming to your gym to hear your opinion on these sorts of things. You can have your opinion, but if you're doing this, essentially what you're telling all your members is that it's all about you. And if you're going to a gym right now where the head coach, the owner, the coach is making it about them, leave.
What are some signs that's happening? Obviously, agreed. Like, and here's what I'm talking about, Max. I'm telling you, I'm going this far. On your personal, let's use Instagram. On your personal profile, no politics. I get it. Max is not CrossFit Tilts, right? It doesn't matter. People see you as the same person. People see, there we go. What's his handle there, Nate? Scroll back up so people can check Max out.
Max Attack 86.
Oh my God, same as your AIM. But do you agree with me? You can't, like, when you signed on the line to be an affiliate owner, you as a person, like, I never talk religion or politics. I try not, like, mostly because I don't care. But I just know you're going to offend 50% of the people 100% of the time. What a quote! What a quote by Max. You are everything. You are the coolest. You are the coolest. Whatever you say is the gospel truth. So if you're dragging your feet, do you even care about this? Love it, Max. That's cool.
It's all cool. we are coming up on my hard stop
That's
because
what I was saying earlier. Then you made me feel like you had more time.
I just wanted to talk to you. I've enjoyed this. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but it's I know I'm probably not going to be invited back, so it's too bad.
Definitely
Because
not.
well, I felt that
Is that
Cody
you?
and I had a good. That's me. Yeah, I dressed up as my coach for Halloween.
That's cool. No, you got great community. You're doing, and this is the thing. People like, how do I get community? You do the things Max is doing. You care. You give a shit. You show up at 5:15 in the morning and you coach your ass off and do the same class, in class again. But and you don't talk politics out there. It's just, like I said, I think people get upset. Like, no, we got to take a stand for this and that. I'm like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a bigger picture that all of social media is ego driven.
True.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, everyone's putting up this and that. I'm like, you have to think you're important enough for other people to see this. There's got to be some ego behind it. And then
let me tell you,
talk politics.
That must be a really hard thing for you to say, Jason, just because of the amount that you post on social media.
But I recognize it. I'm like, this is unimportant shit.
Right.
Right? Like at the end of the day, this doesn't matter. And when I put a post up, it's me thinking my opinion matters. It doesn't.
You've put up some good stuff recently that actually James and I spoke about, but I can't remember because it's so few and far between. But there have been some really good ones recently.
Look at that zoom in, by the way, Cody. Can you please get a better picture of me in the future? Look, I look so fat and old in that picture.
I know. So wait, but really quick, what's going on? I thought that are you keto still? What fad diet? What fad diet are you doing now?
This day and age, I'm just tracking my macros.
Oh, okay. If it fits your macros, got it.
It's all the same. But yeah, I just keep track.
It's not, but it's okay.
What's the difference?
If it fits your macros, that's complete BS.
Versus macros.
If it fits your macros was the movement that really happened like a couple years ago when people were fitting in, however many donuts into their daily macros and making it work, and nobody thought that food quality mattered, which is again complete BS.
You have to go, so I don't even. I want to argue with you, but I want to let you go too.
Well, good. You'll have to bring me back on again.
Oh, so you did that on purpose. You Costanza'd it. You full circle. You did a Costanza. Leave them wanting more.
Out on a good note. That's it, guys.
I'm out. I'm out of here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It's really nice to do this.
Before you go, we are going to stay on. We're going to talk a little bit about what you said. So tune in after to make sure we didn't say anything too bad about you. But I do want to say thanks for coming on. You're a great person, and you give a shit about what you're doing for your members. You don't get to have 6 gyms by doing anything half-assed. So great job there. I mean, the only thing you half-assed is your internet connection. Outside of that, you're full steam. So thanks for being on your first live episode. So thanks, Max.
Jason, thank you. Cody, best hour of your day. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a great day, guys. See you later.
See ya. Cody, sorry, I just saw you said you had one more question. What was it?
No biggie. I was going to ask him, if you have multiple affiliates and let's say each one of those has a different partner or owner, do you allow your affiliate members to kind of float between? Like, does he allow his affiliate members from Tilt 1, 2, and 3 to float between? And then how do you track who gets the revenue from that across all 3 affiliates?
No, that's definitely a challenge. I don't know that this is true. I'm guessing from what Max was saying, yes, he lets them do that because it was all under the same umbrella. So I think he'd probably allow that. And I'd say a second part of that would be you should be putting I think part of the problem we didn't talk about is affiliate owners open, and without thinking about distance, you could be catabolic to your current membership, right? Like there's a radius people are willing to drive. So you need to go a little bit outside of that radius for your second and then third affiliate. So you probably won't have a whole lot of people jumping from location to location because you are that. It might be like, oh, I happen to be in that town for the day. I'll drop in there. And I imagine he would allow that to happen. And then if there were multiple partners and it was structured that way, you'd probably let it go. Like that would be one of the perks, like that separates you from the owners that have one affiliate. Like, hey, by the way, you can go to multiple locations, and you just kind of bake it in. Like, hey, we have some members here that are going to go there, and some members there that are going to go here. It's probably far less often than we care to measure, so don't worry about it.
Now,
I'd say
like,
the bigger. No, go ahead.
In the obviously, like, I'm in the South and everything is spread out down here. So when you're talking about like a radius, it makes sense here. But what about, in some of the bigger metro areas, like the mileage radius may be different than like actual drive time or travel time. So like you could probably sandwich a lot more boxes in closer together, just because in order to get from point A to point B, it may take half an hour.
Yeah, for sure. Like you're in Manhattan, it might be like a mile away, but that's like an hour. So I think depending, like where I am, more suburban in Colorado, you're looking at driving distance, or Alabama like you. But if you're in more of a metropolitan area where traffic's in 5 miles, like you said, could be 45 minutes. So you definitely have to weigh that. And what I would do as the owner, going back to kind of Nick's question, if you are considering it, like do an export and even track where's the furthest person, and then also factor in like where do they work? Do they live 20 miles away but happen nearby? Right. So kind of figure that out. When I had my 3 locations, they were all at least 20 minutes apart. So you had some people that kind of moved from one to the other, like because they worked somewhere, or they happened to be in the middle, or maybe they were just driving far to me to begin with because they weren't around at the time. But you definitely want to be aware of that. Like you don't want to open a second location and then only have 20 new members. Because 20 new members, even if the place is jam packed, but they're actually members that were going to your original spot.
So to go back to Nick's question, I think he was saying that he was considering being the second location for his current affiliate, as in like he's a member at his affiliate.
Oh, that's different. That's different.
And they're in talks of maybe opening a second location with him taking over that spot.
No, that's cool. And I think, some follow-up questions for Nick, are you going to have ownership? What is the cost for you to do that? I think, for Max is in a really unique situation where he, it sounds like with LJ, he owns 100, 50-50 maybe, or whatever the split is, but they own it all, where you might see a lot of affiliates, for example, when I opened my second affiliate, CrossFit Clifton Park with one of my coaches, Caleb, he owned only 20%, right? So I put up 80% of the money, he put up 20% of the money, and then he a much smaller percentage. So is this a situation where Nick's going to now, be investing in the business, or, just a coach there? So there's all different ways to manage that, and opens up a whole nother set of problems where, you have to structure that. If you own 20%, but you're responsible for running the place, you need to be compensated for the daily running of the place before the 80-20 split happens, which is what we did. So there's a lot to consider there. But overall, I think that was super helpful. I mean, Max is a guy, super funny. We like to, bust each other's balls and have a good time. But clearly, he's doing something really well. He's a smart dude. I have 6 locations. I disagree with him on 3 in a row. I think, it's easy to feel like you're being effective for 3 classes, but actually being effective is a different thing. I have no doubt they were great classes, but I would, like I said earlier, that 9:15 had a break there, and that 15 minutes is all you need to recharge. So I think I do think 2 in a row, the second class is often better because, like Max said, I kind of felt the flow of the class. I learned what I needed to do differently. But that third, for so many people, it's just like their energy drops. So there's a difference. Coaching 3 in a row is not impossible. It's not even hard. It's just whether or not you can be effective for those 3 classes. Anything else we talked about? Oh, go ahead, Cody.
I used to coach 5 in a row, and we had a 5, 6, 7, and an 8:15, and even just having that extra 15 minutes to like go grab a coffee and like take a breath, like it was a game changer.
Anything else we touched on that you think we should wrap up?
No, I think we hit everything. Over here, playing around in the chat, Nick said we posted Fran versus all out 500-meter row. Nick said Fran because it hurts less.
Ooh, that's a good one. No, I think Max had a really solid point there. Like, it's skill, right? And it's also the single modality of it, where it's like, as much as France sucks, when you're done squatting, now I get to pull. So some muscles are getting a little bit of a break where, whether it's a 500-meter row or something like Karen, where it's just single modality, the same thing the whole time, it just blows you up. But I think the bigger thing is, until you are good enough, in CrossFit in general, it only gets harder as you get better, right? At first, you just don't know enough and you're not good enough to truly, truly, truly hurt. Like, I get it. Your first workout, you're out of breath, you're sore. But if you do that same workout you did on day 1 at day 30 and then day 90 and then day 365, you're like, oh, this shit gets worse because I'm getting better. And a part of it is you just understand better. Like, you're like, okay, I did 20 reps, I take a breath. But now you're like, no, I go 50 unbroken. And also your level is just improving to the point that you can do that. So, there's, that's what, Coach Glassman used to say, CrossFit doesn't get easier and you wouldn't want it to. And I think, that's the big takeaway there. But that's why for most people, regardless of when they started, a 500-meter row can be terrible.
Maybe you should throw that up on your whiteboard post and see what the audience.
What should I say? I don't.
Just Fran versus 500-meter row, right? Which one hurts more?
I'll write that in my notes. Fran versus 500 meters. Cool. Well, I think, despite the technical difficulties that we kicked off with, that was, for the listeners, that was all on Max. It had nothing to do with us because we tested everything. Bare minimum, Nate made sure we were fully set up. So in the future, you will get better quality from the audio, from the video, and let that be a lesson to future guests. Cody wrote out a nice long email that I sent to Max, told him what to do, and here he still showed up on his phone, which I was not expecting. But I think overall we got some good knowledge from him. One of the best in the business, certainly one of the best affiliate owners out there. I think that was a fun episode. We're not going to be here live we will have episodes coming. When's our next episode come out, Cody? Monday? So we've got on Monday the 24th, is that correct?
Muscle Maven.
Oh, she wrote a cookbook about organ meats, which I did an interview with her. Super excited about that. On the 26th, we have Fern's second summit talk from North Carolina. And then the following week, who do we have on we won't have an episode on Halloween on the 31st, but we'll have an interview with Gary. Is it Gary Gaines on the 2nd?
Gary Gaines is on the 4th, I think.
And who's on the 2nd? Are we live on the 2nd?
I think we're live on the 2nd.
So we'll be live on November 2nd, 2 weeks from today. And that's going to be me, Fern, the crew. Fern will be on there. And we're going to be talking about, yes, Nate, live on the 2nd. We'll be talking about it. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate it. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We're growing every day. We appreciate you. This audio will be up in a couple days on our podcast channels. But if you're listening to that, head over to our YouTube. We want you over there. Great job on our first episode, Cody and Nate. Nate, good job. Hey, Nate, show your face. There he is. Bare minimum, Nate. Full family in the shot. There he goes. There he goes. There's the producer extraordinaire. Nate, great job with the sound effects. Great job with the emojis. Guys, we went live. We did it. How do you think? How do you think that went, Cody?
Oh, that was good. Yeah, I mean, other than those technical difficulties and 4 sets of headphones, maybe I'll have to include that in the email from now on. Like, make sure you bring backups of backups of backups.
Ideally plugged in if you're, but let's put in that email. No phones. Try to be on your computer. I think that was the bigger issue. That was great. If you're still watching, thank you, Nate, Cody. Talk to you both later. Have a great rest of your day. Nate, can I sign off? Am I good to go? All right. End this live. We good? We off in the air?